As I spend more time on here, on this planet, I'm starting to realize that if you really look at it, life is a constant struggle against something. Doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, what your current life situation is, there's always something or multiple things happening to you or in your life that is causing stress and burden. Life is cruel in that way because it feels like no matter who you are, everyone gets their package. And no matter how successful and happy someone looks on the outside, they're probably suffering just like you do, or at least they will soon enough. Because whatever they possess right now that temporarily makes them fulfilled, it will either break or get corrupted with time, or they will simply get bored with it. Whatever you do, there are just fundamental truths about existence that you will not escape once you understand them and looked behind the stage. And it just makes me sit down and wonder, like, is this really supposed to feel like this? Like, life is always just one problem after the other. And I'm not here to, just be negative, but honestly, that's what it is. It's just one damn thing after the other. Unrelenting, right? One day after the other, year after year, and the things just keep coming, and you're just stuck trying to shovel the dirt faster out of the hole than it comes flowing back into the hole. And this theme extends to every single aspect of our lives, basically, and that haunts me. Because everything is always being neglected when it's not in your close focus bubble, you know what I mean? Everything is on a constant cooldown. Like you're just a super overcomplicated sim that needs constant tending to. And as soon as you don't tend toward it regularly, it decays. Right? Anything, any skill, any regular practice, and with enough time, it starts to wither away anyway. No matter what you do, take your physical body. It takes an insane amount of maintenance. It's absolutely crazy the amount of time and energy and effort you require just to maintain your body, and you're not even maintaining it. In that sense, because it's still gonna age and wither, and by the time you're barely middle age, you've already lost function. If you weren't born, fully functioning in the first place. So this decline of your body and your senses and your general, well being will happen slowly over decades. And it's just so crazy to see, how fast you lose certain things you have fought to build and maintain for so long, right? Because that's what we also forget so often in life, is that it's not only, the work to get something, but also the work that it takes to maintain it. Like with exercise, if you want to look a certain way or just even want the health benefits, well, you're stuck now doing that every week forever until you can't do it anymore at some point. And at some point, you're not going to be able to do it anymore anyway. You know? And it's just, you can't escape that never ending grind against some sort of decline. And of course, these things can be enjoyable, but if they're not, well, you're still gonna keep doing it now because you just have to, since the consequences also mean more suffering. For example, you have to brush your teeth every day. Of course, you don't have to, but if you want to avoid suffering tooth pain and being at the dentist and paying a fortune, you're gonna brush your teeth every day. So you're gonna do this boring, repetitive task twice a day, every day, forever, just to probably still end up having tooth problems regardless. And now you may not have issues with the task of brushing your teeth, but the same thing applies to so many things in life. It's a relentless grind of daily tasks and to-dos and stuff you couldn't care less about. But that's what life is made up of mostly. Boring, repetitive grinding that really serves little to no purpose other than maintaining, a status quo that you're not even content with and that you want to escape anyway, however you can, right? And whatever you still have, whatever you still have hope in or don't understand well enough yet to know yet that it's just another scam or any kind of temporary distraction where you think you're finally getting somewhere, until you wake up someday to, watch it all crumble before you again. Right? So I'm just thinking, what's the point, man? All this to attain something, and then you don't even, all you get as a reward is more work, right? You struggle and grind to get a degree, and you get a degree that you didn't even want, to now work a job that you didn't even want, struggle and grind to, attain your dream physique, only to realize you just physically won't look like that, and you can't even keep up with that, what it takes to maintain a fraction of where you want it to go. A hobby that you start as a means to, decompress and be creative, and now you're stressed because you're judging yourself, and you're stressed about having to fit it into your week now together with all the other stuff you didn't even want to do in the first place. And people say discipline your mind, affirmations, mindfulness. So another thing to struggle against, your own brain, struggling to heal your trauma, which for some reason there's always more to heal. Struggle to change the habits that are just bad coping mechanisms. Fighting an addictive brain. Struggle to do the things that would help and benefit you. If you're born with or develop one or multiple mental illnesses or physical illnesses, then you're cooked as well. And the path out of these things is never linear. It's complex, it's messy, it's cyclical. You just always, keep falling back into the same hole. And oftentimes it's just not possible. And it becomes its own struggle of spending your life fighting for a better version of yourself to live in. Just for a more comfortable reality to live in. So yeah, man, I'm just tired. Just tired of pretending that life is more than one big struggle with small pockets of peace in between. At least that's how it has felt for me for a long time. For most of the time. And I've had times where, I was so absorbed with something or just, too busy surviving to really spend time thinking about it. But now looking back, it was always there. I just had so much more, hope that maybe it really isn't just something I haven't figured out yet. But surely there must be something out there. The missing key that will make my life more normal and more complete. And nowadays it has just become impossible for me to look away from these things. So that's why I'm here now, to just speak my mind and try to process these emotions, try to process these realizations, and connect it over shared experiences. So with that being said, I hope you guys could resonate with my thoughts. I appreciate your support, and thank you for listening. I'll see you soon.